The rainbow fish and the enchanted coral reef. Once upon a time, in the depths of a magical ocean, there lived a beautiful fish named Rainbow. Rainbow was no ordinary fish. He had shimmering, multicolored scales that sparkled like jewels in the sunlight. His scales were so magnificent that they lit up the entire ocean floor, making him the envy of all the other fish. Despite his beauty, Rainbow was lonely. The other fish admired him from a distance, but never got too close. They were afraid to talk to him because they thought he was too special and too proud. Rainbow would swim around the coral reefs and through the seaweed forests, but no one would play with him. This made Rainbow sad, and he often wondered why his beauty couldn't make him happy. One day, as Rainbow was swimming near the surface of the water, he saw a school of tiny fish playing together. They darted around, chasing each other and laughing. Rainbow watched them wistfully, wishing he could join in their fun. Summoning his courage, he swam over to them and said, "Hello, can I play with you?" The tiny fish stopped their game and looked at Rainbow with wide eyes. "Your scales are so beautiful," one of them said in awe. "Thank you," Rainbow replied, feeling a little proud. "But we can't play with you," another fish said sadly. "You're too shiny and perfect. We're just ordinary fish." Rainbow's heart sank. He swam away slowly, feeling more alone than ever. As he swam, he noticed a wise old octopus sitting on a rock, watching him with kind eyes. The octopus had lived in the ocean for many years and had seen many things. He was known for his wisdom and kindness. Rainbow swam up to him and said, "Why won't anyone play with me, wise octopus? Is it because of my scales?" The octopus looked at Rainbow thoughtfully and replied, "Your scales are indeed beautiful, Rainbow. But sometimes beauty can create a barrier. Perhaps you should try sharing your beauty with others." "Sharing my beauty?" Rainbow asked, puzzled. "How can I do that?" The octopus smiled gently. "Give one of your scales to each fish you meet. You will still be beautiful, but you will also spread your beauty to others. True happiness comes from sharing and making others happy." Rainbow thought about the octopus's words all night. The next morning, he decided to try it. As he swam through the ocean, he saw a little fish who looked very sad. Rainbow swam up to him and said, "Hello, would you like one of my scales?" The little fish's eyes lit up. "Really? You would give me one of your beautiful scales?" Rainbow nodded and gently plucked one of his shimmering scales. He gave it to the little fish, who was overjoyed. The little fish swam away, showing off his new scale to all his friends. Rainbow felt a warm glow in his heart. Word spread quickly through the ocean about Rainbow's generosity. Soon, fish from all over were coming to see him. Each time, Rainbow would give away one of his scales. As he did, he noticed something wonderful happening. The more scales he gave away, the happier he felt. And the other fish, now adorned with Rainbow's beautiful scales, began to play with him and include him in their games. Rainbow was no longer lonely. He had many friends, and he was happy to see them happy. He realized that the wise octopus was right. Sharing his beauty had made him truly happy. One day, as Rainbow was swimming with his new friends, they came across a part of the ocean they had never seen before. It was a dark, mysterious place filled with strange and wondrous creatures. In the center of this enchanted area was a giant coral reef that glowed with an otherworldly light. Curiosity piqued. Rainbow and his friends swam closer to the coral reef. As they approached, they were greeted by a majestic sea turtle named Terrance. "Welcome to the Enchanted Coral Reef," Terrance said in a deep, resonant voice. "Few have discovered this place, and even fewer have passed its test." "Test?" Rainbow asked, intrigued. Terrance nodded. "This reef holds a great magic. It can grant one wish to those who prove their worthiness. But to do so, You must show courage, kindness, and the spirit of sharing. Rainbow's friends looked at each other nervously, but Rainbow felt a sense of excitement. He had already learned the importance of sharing, and he wanted to prove his courage and kindness. "We'll take the test," Rainbow said confidently. Terrance smiled. "Very well. Follow me." Terrance led Rainbow and his friends through the coral reef, which was filled with vibrant colors and strange magical creatures. They soon reached a clearing where 3 paths diverged. "Each path represents a trial," Terrance explained. "Choose wisely and show your true nature." Rainbow and his friends chose the path on the left, which led them to a dark, narrow cave. As they ventured deeper, they heard the sound of crying. Following the sound, they found a baby dolphin trapped under a rock. Without hesitation, Rainbow and his friends worked together to free the dolphin. Rainbow used his remaining scales to create a rope, while the others pushed the rock away. Finally, the baby dolphin was free and swam away happily. "You have shown kindness," Terrance said as he appeared before them. 2 trials remain. The next path led them to a beautiful garden of sea anemones. In the center was a giant pearl, guarded by a fierce eel. The eel hissed menacingly as they approached. "We need that pearl," Rainbow said, "but we must not harm the eel." Rainbow remembered the wise octopus's words and decided to share. He offered the eel one of his last remaining scales. The eel, touched by Rainbow's generosity, allowed them to take the pearl. "You have shown courage," Terrance said. 1 trial remains. The final path led them to a swirling vortex. At the center of the vortex was a chest filled with treasures. Rainbow knew that the test was not about taking the treasure, but about resisting the temptation. He turned to his friends and said, "We have enough. We don't need this treasure." His friends agreed, and they turned away from the chest. As they did, the vortex disappeared, and they found themselves back at the entrance of the coral reef. "You have shown the spirit of sharing," Terrance said with a smile. "You have passed the test." Terrance led them to the heart of the Enchanted Coral Reef, where a giant clam held a glowing pearl. "You may now make your wish," Terrance said. Rainbow thought about all he had learned. He realized that he didn't need anything for himself. He had his friends, and he was happy. Instead, he thought about the ocean and how it could be a better place for everyone. "I wish for the ocean to be a place of happiness and harmony, where all creatures can share and help each other," Rainbow said. The clam opened, and the glowing pearl sent out a brilliant light that spread throughout the ocean. Fish, sea turtles, dolphins, and all other creatures felt a sense of peace and joy. The ocean became a place where everyone looked out for one another and shared their blessings. Rainbow returned to his home, where he continued to share his remaining scales. Even though he had given away almost all of them, he still sparkled with a different kind of light, a light of happiness and contentment. The story of the rainbow fish and the enchanted coral reef spread throughout the ocean, becoming a legend. Rainbow was no longer just admired for his beauty, but was also loved for his kindness and generosity. He had shown that true beauty comes from within, and that sharing and helping others brings the greatest joy. And so, the ocean became a magical place, filled with laughter and friendship, where every creature knew the importance of sharing and caring for one another. Moral of the story: the story of the rainbow fish teaches us that true happiness comes from sharing and making others happy. Beauty is not just about how we look on the outside, but about the kindness and generosity we show to others. By helping and sharing with those around us, we create a better world for everyone. Thank you for joining us on this magical journey through the rainbow fish and the enchanted coral reef. We hope you enjoyed the tale filled with kindness, courage, and the spirit of sharing. Remember to give that like button a friendly tap and hit the subscribe button so you never miss out on more fantastic tales and adventures. As we bid you farewell, we wish you sweet dreams filled with the magic and harmony of the ocean. May your days be filled with the joy and wonder that you found in our story. Until we meet again for another round of Storytime fun, take care and may your imagination swim freely. Good night.